welcome to Visual Recreation, the essential video guide to winning FML each and every week. I'm your local movie buff and Terminator Drew.
Okay, and I'm Joey, your strategy guy, and now this week is just overflowing with new releases, so let's not waste any more time and jump right into the new movies.
Have you seen this, boy?
Okay, now the first movie we're going to take a look at is Entertainment Studios' newest feature, Arctic Dogs. Now, Arctic Dogs is all about an Arctic fox who takes a journey on trying to be the top dog courier, and, well, he gets into some wacky situations along the way.
Oh, they're so wacky.
Yeah, now this animation is led by Jeremy Renner, Heidi Klum, James Franco, and Alec Baldwin.
That's right. Its long-range forecast on Pro Box Office currently sits at $6 million, which it's staying there from last weekend, but the rest of this time it's been slowly decreasing week after week. This is premiering in around 3,000 theaters and is rated PG. Now, when looking at comps for this movie, the first one we looked at was The Star, which came out in November of 2017. It came out to around 2,800 theaters and got $9.8 million opening weekend.
Yes, and another comp we looked at was a 2013 animation called Freebirds, which made $15.8 million in around 3,700 theaters.
That's right. Now let's look at Focus's features, new historical and biographical tale of Harriet Tubman and her escape from slavery and how she became an American hero. Now, Harriet stars Cynthia Erivo and Janelle Monáe.
Yes, and the opening weekend ranges between $5 to $10 million for this one, and it's set to premiere in 2,000 theaters. But what we do know is that it's PG-13, it's over 2 hours long, and it currently stands at a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, now the first comp we looked at was Free State of Jones, which premiered in June of 2016 with $7.5 million in just over 2,800 theaters.
That's right. Now the final comp we looked at for Harriet was The Birth of a Nation that also premiered in 2016. However, it premiered in October of that year, so a little bit closer to this date right now, and it opened with $7 million in around 2,100 theaters.
Yes. Now, Edward Norton and Bruce Willis star in a 1950s murder mystery entitled Motherless Brooklyn.
Boy, who did it?
Yes, Pro Box Office has Motherless Brooklyn estimated to open at $4 million, which is a 43% decrease from the last week. Yikes. Now, it's set to premiere in 1,250 theaters.
That's right. Now, Motherless Brooklyn is also rated R, almost 2.5 hours long, and currently sitting around 62% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, the first comp we looked at was White Boy Rick, which premiered September of 2018, and it premiered to an $8.8 million opening weekend in around 2,500 theaters.
Yes, and how can we forget The Kitchen that premiered earlier this year to $5.5 million in 2,700 theaters.
That is correct. Now, for our final new release, you have to know when Arnold says he'll be back, he means it, because he is back in Terminator Dark Fate this weekend. This movie takes place 2 decades after Sarah Connor prevented Judgment Day, but guess what? It changed the future. Now they have to do something to change it again. Okay. Yes, that's right, and this movie stars Linda Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Mackenzie Davis.
Yes, now Pro Box Office has this premiering to $38 million opening weekend in an estimated 3,500 theaters. Now, it's rated R, it's over 2 hours long, and it currently sits at a 66% on Rotten Tomatoes.
66%.
Yes, now the first comp we took a look at was the most recent Terminator film, Terminator Genisys, that premiered in July of 2015 to $27 million in 3,700 theaters.
That's right, I really punted it for these comps this weekend because we're also looking at Terminator Salvation, which premiered in 2009 in May, and it opened with $42.5 million in just over 3,500 theaters.
All right. Well, now it's time to go to the Modar.
Joey, what do you think about these 4 new releases? Which ones do you like? Which ones do you not like? Which ones do you feel is meh? Yeah, me.
I like the rating system on that one. When looking at these 4 movies, I mean, you have Harriet and you have Motherless Brooklyn, which coming in at a little bit lower theater counts than the others. And then Arctic Dogs, that just keeps declining. So I don't know if those are really on my radar this week. But what is Terminator Dark Fate. Now, all this depending on what they're priced in Fantasy Movie League.
That's true.
But Dark Fate is set to make more out of these 4. Now, looking at the entire slate of Fantasy Movie League, there's going to be some good holdover movies, which is another thing that I'm thinking that these movies aren't really going to do too much. So they're not really on my radar other than Terminator.
Archer Dog really kind of worries me. Entertainment studios definitely haven't done anything in the realm of kids movies. So with this being a star-studded cast, it's not faring well. Harriet, I think, could do something. Yes, it's only in 2,000 theaters, but it's historical. People know the story, and I think it's a movie that could be pertinent nowadays. I'm kind of weary that it's PG-13. They could be putting kids gloves on this kind of story. Motherless Brooklyn, you gotta worry about the pricing. You gotta see what's going on. You gotta know the final theater counts. Right now we have it at 1,250 theaters, which is terrible in my opinion, but you gotta see how it's priced and how it's trending and what the final theater count is. And finally, Terminator Dark Fate, I think, has the best shot of blowing past this long-range forecast of 38 mil. Even though we just saw Rambo come in below its long-range forecast, you also had Terminator Genesis that came out in 2015, and that did really bad in theaters. It also didn't look that great anyways. So I don't know. I think definitely Terminator Dark Fate could be your anchor, but like you said, I think there's great holdovers that could really potentially hold strong, and even the expansion movies. This is the time of year when these awards movies, these indie movies that are trying to get some award recognition, are picking up steam, and you're just gonna expand it. And possibly one of them could maybe maybe juke, as they say in sports terms, juke out the pricing, Vincent pricing, and maybe break an arm tackle and
be a surprise,
rush into the PC-BP end zone.
Yeah, there's gonna be movies expanding and good holdovers. Maybe there's some movies that surprise your Cineplex. And
I have to say that, you know what I'm surprised about?
What's that?
That it's the ending. It's the end of this video.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can they do, Joey?
Well,
what can they do now?
You know what? Well, first of all, we appreciate you for watching.
That is true.
And you can like this video. You can comment what you didn't like or what you like about this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And remember, sometimes you gotta risk it to get that biscuit.